Hello everyone and welcome to July's vlog. Admittedly it's been a long time since the last one, which was I think in January before Amherst, largely because I've been procrastinating and just there's not been any real reason to have a vlog because there's not really been much that's changed. Obviously since January there's been the Black Country Brick Show, very well attended, bigger than last year's, and hopefully I'm not sure about the finances. I think it was more than last year, but that's a long time ago now. It's July. That show was April. I've slept since then, to use the old joke. So what have I been busy with in the meantime? So some of that's, I should be dedicating more time to Lego, but in reality, I've got, in terms of hobbies, there's Lego, there's video gaming, and then there's also the gym. So some evenings if I'm going to the gym there won't be any time for video gaming or Lego. Sometimes it's very much sort of I wish I had more time to Lego, but then there's and there's been things like I've not been well a couple of times, and just various things like that where there's been distractions away from doing stuff with Lego. That's not necessarily to say something hasn't been done. I mean, there's always off-screen stuff I'm working on or tinkering with, whether it's digitally in like Studio, whether it's just putting random bricks together and seeing if it works. I mean, the big thing really boils down to about two different categories really, and it's reefers and buildings. And I say reefers and buildings because this model here, it's not complete by any stretch of the imagination. This is going to be a reefer. I'm not sure what livery this is going to have. It's going to be a lease reefer, obviously, with obviously you've got the black grab irons there and the ironwork and the hinges and everything else. This is the more complete one. I'm actually building two of these. One in this yellow with the black what would be ladders, and there's obviously a brown one with the white clips but black rungs effectively, and that one I've actually got decals for because that's actually going to be a one that's actually built as part of a Secret Santa project 2 years ago, last year. I'm losing track. I think it was 2 years ago actually. So I've got the decals already. The actually water slide decals, which is one of the second or third times I've actually ever used water slide decals, and that project actually worked out quite well. So I'm finally getting around to building another one. So this is not that one, but it's the same model. And I am building one of these in dark red as well, which there's something about there's definitely a livery that would suit it. I don't necessarily think I'm going to go for that one. I might just make a fictional one around based on that sort of style. But yeah, I've been busy with reefers. There's been another couple I've been working on as well. And there's also been things like, and I know it's been seen, this is a Great Western Railway non-corridor coach. So that's the compartment side. There's things up there. And then also this is that's the corridor side. This is the compartment side. And there'll obviously be 5 compartments in this one with a toilet either end. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously you've got little vents as well. This is actually fictionalized. It's not realist. It's not a real one. It's based on real ones, but it just needs the walls and everything else doing. I've actually worked on this one top down. Instead of working chassis up, I worked top down because I wanted to get the clerestory or clear story, as it should be, the roof correct. So you've actually got this very nice see-through profile. Don't know how well that will come up on camera, but you can actually see through the roof. And it is literally just 2 1x2 trans-clear bricks with a tile on top to get that nice see-through effect. There is a 1x1 wide gap in between. So the light does actually, if you angle it the right way, the light does actually go down into the compartments, which is what it's supposed to do. But in effect, yeah, it's something which I've been tinkering with a long time, and I've gotten to this point. I mean, obviously the interior needs some work because the red's not the most appropriate colour. It's literally just what I had available, so it needs to be changed to like a brown or a tan or something. But yeah, this is something I've been tinkering with on and off. And the buildings as well. So there's been the Hotel Corleone build. I think I may have shared a picture. There's been some pictures of that on Facebook at least. The meat packing plant / warehouse, depending on if you change the naming. That is the main building of that is almost complete, but I've then realised I might need to make a change because I was going to have it whereas you had like the unloading bay, but then the bit between there and the next road is just going to be solid wall. I was going to do things where you've got like some windows, and it was mostly just going to be flat concrete, but with some things actually having windows in. And I've got to effectively take apart the end wall closest away from the visitors to make that change. So I'm going to have to undo all my handiwork and then to basically just blank it off effectively and just make it flush so that then you can actually fit the wall in. But the good thing is, because the wall's going to be 2 studs deep, up through the main part, not excluding the sort of like proud uprights, is that you can have windows and then just have them like blanked off at the back, so there's windows there but you can't see anything behind them. So I might use like a panel to get like a little bit of a deeper effect. So if the windows are because the windows themselves are the old Spider-Man 1x4x5s with that sort of like warehousey sort of sticker. So I'm going to be changing. Obviously, you can fit those in. Then, if there's enough, you can use like panels, either to get the black on the outside, or just change it so that there's actually just the same 1x4x5s, but with a blanked window behind. So I hope that might be another thing to look at. But that's something for future Matt to worry about. So I'm not too worried about that yet. And obviously you can actually see buildings up here. So we've got the garage I'm working on. This is actually 3 base plates wide, I think. Is it 2? 3? 2. So it's 2 base plates wide. So it looks bigger, but it's actually only 2. And then you've got the Nighthawks Phillies diner up there. You can just about see the corner of it on this end of the garage, and then there's a shop that was going to complete, but then it doesn't fit the style I'm going for, and it's very plain. So that's possibly going to get dismantled and changed up. And then on top of that, you've got what's going to be the copy of Vangles, but which was from Mafia 2, which is actually a reference to Mangles, which was a shop. It's quite a famous shop somewhere, but I'm actually changing it to be fit in a standard 32 by 32 sort of base plate, but it's only going to be like the front, sort of like third of a shop or whatever it is, just so that it fits in the base plate and I don't have to build as much. Other things as well, so there's Secret Santa / railyard telegraph. Now the railyard telegraph I am partaking in. I've not yet received a car to build from, or to just, because the railyard telegraph, the way it works is that you can do one of 3 things. Either you change the load that's on a flat car that you get sent, you can keep the load the same but change the flat car, so you build a new flat car, the load gets transferred and then you get sent on, or you can completely change everything. So realistically, I can't do anything until I've received the flat car and worked out what I'm going to do. And the other thing is the Secret Santa. Now I've designed the Secret Santa except for the underframe and the bogie detail. Now I've designed the bogies, I just haven't designed the bogie detail, and the reason for that is that it's more complex than the standard bogies I normally build. So that's all I'm saying on the matter. I don't want to give anything away, but it is going to be impressive. I'm actually going to, I think it's Weebrick as well, to get the parts because Lego don't do them in the colour I want. Or at least they do most of the parts in the right colour. It just, there's a few bits that are missing and I can't do the car without them. So what I'm probably going to do is I've built a chassis in Lego, and that looks to go okay. I'm going to do the wheel sets soonish, and then I'm going to look at getting the, once I've got the bogie sort of design finalised, I can then look at the underframe just to make sure there's enough swivel on the bogies. And then obviously I can just place the order for the Weebrick parts. I'm probably going to build 2 of these boxcars, or get enough parts to build 2 of them from Weebrick, because it just makes financial sense to just order that much. And then I'll just have a look at maybe building 2 copies, 1 for myself and then 1 to actually ship. So remains to be seen. And events, I'll touch on Black Country, which was the previous show. There's a couple of things coming up. Severn Valley is coming up, I think, the first weekend of August. So I'm going to be attending that as a guest on Saturday, because the Severn Valley is my closest preserved railway to my knowledge. It's certainly the most accessible on public transport to my knowledge as well, because they're literally just getting to Birmingham, then it's just a train all the way to Kidderminster. And then looking ahead and more ahead, obviously you've got Shildon and Bristol in November. Now, last year there was a conflict because Bristol and Shildon actually shared the same weekend. Normally that's not a problem, but I've done Shildon the last 4-5 years it's been open, with the exception of that 1 year for some global pandemic. And then I've done Bristol as well. Bristol I've done at least 2 years, 3 years, because it's obviously the Gert Lug show, and obviously being a Lug member it does look good to do the Lug show, and Bristol's always quite fun. The days go very quick. I normally come away with spending money I sometimes maybe shouldn't, but it is what it is. And then obviously last year there was a conflict, so hopefully this year there isn't, but I'm waiting to see what comes out from when Bristol's booked. I've not booked the annual leave for it yet. I really need to do that with work, and I'll try and remember to email my boss and sort of say, can I have this time off please, and hopefully we'll see what happens. And then looking forward ahead even further to Amherst, January 25. They've actually posted the dates on the website, and I've actually booked off the Thursday, Friday and the Monday. I'm probably going to look to book more time off other than that. I just haven't booked it off yet because I want to try and space it out. So I'm probably going to book the Tuesday off as well as a day off for recovery from the jet lag, and then possibly book off the Wednesday as well, or at least the Wednesday afternoon, so I can maybe do work in the morning, get home, get changed, because I can pack my bag effectively Sunday, and get everything ready, pack, then say Wednesday, do half day, go home, get changed, travel down to London, and then fly out. So, but I need to work out the specifics, and obviously I haven't booked anything for Amherst yet, so that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. I am starting, and speaking of Amherst as well, this is going on for a slight tangent. I am actually working on the new version of the module. Obviously there is video of the last version of the module. That module has been largely dismantled. There are a few bits left, but I'm going to be rebuilding the module into a newer version, which should be more easier to transport, and hopefully will survive the journey to America without as much damage. There's less technical aspects to it, so there's fewer turnouts, so there should be a bit more reliability. There's what else is there? It's changed. There's hopefully it's going to be a little bit more easier to transport, and there's going to be slightly more detail, and it won't be as open because I'll actually be able to have finished it. I've actually found a load of green plates that I ordered via Logbulk several years ago, and I've just magically found them. I was gone, didn't realise I had these, and there it is. So yeah, that's it for the July updates. Hopefully that's been enough. Obviously, remember that YouTube isn't the primary platform I use. It's Facebook. And obviously, if you're looking for any work in progress photos, or if you like the more day-to-day sort of runnings, obviously look at Facebook. But that's it from this one. Obviously, got any questions, post below, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. So that's it for me, and see you soon, ish, maybe.